A series of car crashes have led to tragedy over the bank holiday weekend, with at least 7 deaths on the roads. Several motorists have died in fatal crashes on roads up and down the UK, including the M25, M5 and M62 since Friday. Police have urged drivers to take care amid the carnage on one of the busiest days of the year on the road as motorists make their way home following Easter getaways. A driver in his 20s died and his 4 passengers were seriously injured after their BMW left the eastbound carriageway of the M25 near a service station today and hit a tree. His 4 companions were rescued from the wreckage of the car and taken to hospital. The crash between junctions 5 and 6 at Clackett Lane, near Oxted in Surrey, closed the road. A spokesman for Surrey Police said, "We are appealing for witnesses after a fatal collision on the M25 earlier this morning. At around 2:40 a.m. a blue BMW was traveling eastbound near to junctions 6 to 5 just before Clackett Lane services, when it left the road and hit a tree. Sadly, the driver, a man in his 20s, died at the scene. His next of kin have been informed. 4 passengers were also injured, 2 seriously, and are receiving hospital treatment. The victim has not yet been named. A 61-year-old also died after an early morning lorry crash on the M5 near Birmingham today. The truck hit a barrier on the motorway before slowing to a stop just before 5:15 a.m. The man was taken to hospital but died from his injuries, West Midlands Police said. Junctions 2 to 3 southbound for Oldbury and Halesowen remain closed and are not likely to reopen before this afternoon. And 2 men were killed in a horror smash after a car drove the wrong way down a busy motorway this morning. The men, aged 34 and 37, were found dead inside a vehicle following a serious road traffic collision on the M62 in West Yorkshire. A 22-year-old man was arrested at the scene for causing death by dangerous driving and remains in police custody, officers said. A spokesperson from West Yorkshire Police said, "Police were called in the early hours of this morning to reports of a serious road traffic collision on M62. At 2:34 a.m. on Monday 2nd of April, officers received a report of a vehicle driving the wrong way down the M62, traveling eastbound on the westbound carriageway at junction 26. Further calls to police reported a collision on the carriageway. Officers attended and located 2 vehicles on the motorway. The vehicles involved were a white Skoda Octavia and a black Vauxhall Insignia. 2 males, aged 34 and 37, were found deceased in the white vehicle. A 22-year-old man was arrested at the scene for causing death by dangerous driving and remains in police custody at this time. Officers say the road closures remain in place in both directions of the M62 while inquiries continue. On Sunday, Kavana Taylor, 21, died when the BMW 1 Series he was driving collided with a Volkswagen Polo in Rochdale, at around 1:30 a.m. near Castlereagh railway station. In the early hours on Easter Sunday, another man in his 20s died after lying in the middle of the road. The man was pronounced dead at the scene in Halstead, S. He was hit as he lay down in the middle of Braintree Road. Father of 3 Carl Chester was killed on the M62 on Good Friday. The 36-year-old from Preston died following a collision with a blue Nissan Qashqai near Scamondon Reservoir, Rishworth Moor.
Tell me where the freak's at.